Here now is Matthew in Cheverly, Maryland. Matthew, you're on the air, and Councilmember Dean, could you put on your headphones, please, so you can hear Matthew? Matthew, you're now on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Councilman Dean. My question relates to the schools. I love living in Cheverly. However, I have a son who will be school age within a few years. I want to send my child to public school, but given the quality of the Prince George's schools at present, I don't feel that's a viable option. A lot of politicians in Prince George's County have spoken about the need to improve the schools over many years. We haven't seen enough progress. I want to know what you would do differently to radically improve the schools quickly. Thank you.
That's a great question. One, we do have some good schools in Prince George's County. 7 of our schools have been listed in Newsweek magazine top schools in the nation. So therefore, we do have some good schools. There are issues that we have to deal with the school system. Now, one of the things that most people do not understand is that the school is a state agency. What we do is that we fund the school. The school has an elected board and the superintendent. What we try to do is to work collaboratively with both the school board and the superintendent to encourage them to bring in more creative ways. We spend, of our $2.5 billion budget, $1.6 billion of that money goes to the school for them to pay for programs and for teachers. So therefore, I will be working collaboratively, as I said, with the school board and the superintendent to encourage them to look at bringing in more creative ways of educating our students.
Do you think the schools are appropriately funded, or do you think there should be additional funding? And given the existence of TRIM, the property tax cap in Prince George's County, where would you get more money from for the schools?
Well, I think that based upon the income that we have funded the schools adequately. One of the things that people need to understand is that we fund the schools based upon a formula, and the formula is maintenance of effort. The state mandates that we have to fund the school at the maintenance of effort that we funded the previous year. So therefore, it is mandated. Based upon what we've done in this last budget cycle, the council, we passed the budget with a maintenance of effort. We approved that. But in addition, because there were some concerns about firing some staff, that we put an additional $6 million in to help cover that. So we are aware that we are not as wealthy as our neighbor, Montgomery County, but we are putting as much of our money in the schools as we can.
In the district, in your neighbor, the District of Columbia, Michelle Rhee has come in the last 3 years under Mayor Fenty and blown up the system, and she has radically changed the central office administration. She's changed a lot of the schools. She's changed a lot of the teachers. She's changed a lot. Do you believe, whether you think she's done a good job or not, I'm not asking you, but do you believe you need that type of major investment in fixing the Prince George's schools that you've seen in nearby District of Columbia?
Well, I think that even with Rhee there, the schools are still having some challenges. Remember now, we are a charter government, a local government. The state controls the school system. Now, what we will be doing is going to the state to ask the state to give us authority in order to manage the budget of the school system, and hopefully we can be able to make sure that the funds that we're given is going to the areas that we think are critical, which is the classroom.
What are the chances of that being successful at the state level?
Well, I think it has great promise for the simple reason that I do have great relationship with the current delegates in the General Assembly, and I think that I would be able to convince them that that is what needs to be done in order for us to ensure that the money is spent in the proper format.